everybody, this is VisitJoan, and welcome to another collab for the Sims streamers and YouTubers Facebook group. This time around, we were tasked with making a quote-unquote Irish pub, and although, I was building a bar for Britechester anyway, so I figured, you know what, sign me up, might as well. Now, I wouldn't exactly call this bar an Irish pub, but it does meet the requirements, such as the lot has to be a bar, and it has to have green as an accent color, which was kind of interesting because I'm like, okay, you know what, I can work with that. But the thing is that I liked what the original bar here had, Pepper's Pub. I had deleted this to make room for probably like an off-campus university housing lot because, well, this lot is 20 by 20 and all the other lots were like 15 by 20. And so I wanted some more room, but I pretty much scrapped that idea and decided, okay, you know what, I could probably just rebuild the bar here instead, and I was going to do that because I figured, if I was going to be playing the game, I would want a place for, university students to hang out. So I wanted to keep the original color scheme, especially with the walls, because I really like that wall pattern of the dark blue and brown. However, I had to have green as an accent color. So fortunately, they didn't say how much of an accent color, and they didn't say where. So I decided to go with most of the green being outside and maybe a little bit of a touch on the inside simply because I was putting in the freezes and it kind of went inside, where there's the where you look out below the on the top floor. Yeah, it kind of went in there. I don't know how to not do that. But it has to do with the room system, which seriously needs fixing. I've said that before. But yeah, so I was able to put a little bit of green in there as well. So hopefully that requirement has been filled. There is green as an accent color, and the main color scheme is blue and brown. But, oh boy, I did have my struggles with this build, primarily because, well, I wanted the round deck out in front, but the problem with that is when I put that, at the size I wanted it, and there was the square walls or whatever, the rectangle below it, the curved would actually clip out the floor of some of the it would like take off part of the roof, and it'd be like, well, what the heck is this? I can't do this because if it rains, it's going to get inside the building, and yeah, I know it's The Sims, but it's like, well, actually, that might even work in The Sims anyway, but still, I wanted it to be somewhat realistic, and it just didn't work like that, so I finally decided to make like a little, what do you call that? Just kind of like make like little, inlets, I think, maybe? Like, going around so that the top of the deck would kind of extend past the actual building, and so, what else? I'm kind of losing my words here, but yeah, basically what I was trying to do, it turned out okay in the end. I mean, I was kind of having problems trying to think, okay, would this be enough space to put what I want to put on the top floor, and it turned out it was, and I also, put all this, like, greenery stuff on the front and sides of the bar. Again, green accent color, that kind of helps with that. And I also had kind of a bit of a problem with the stairs. Like, oh my goodness, I originally wanted the stairs to be like you would come up through the hole in the floor. However, the stairs definitely took up way too much space. There wasn't enough room to put what I wanted to in this bar. So I configured them a bunch of different ways, but in the end, I had decided to just put them on the edge, and, well, that's some space lost upstairs, but oh well, Also, before I did this, I was looking at other people's, like, renovations of this lot, and I came across one. I don't remember who it was, but it was one girl that worked at a German brewery, and she kind of had, like, these little, like, in coves. You'll see those in a minute, but I really wanted, where you put the corner couches, but I really wanted to do one of those, but it was kind of a mess because I had already had the stairs laid out, and I couldn't figure out, I had already had, like, everything on the freaking, the walls and stuff, so I kind of had to, it was kind of a little bit of a struggle, to, to figure it out, but eventually I did, and basically I did that by like moving the stairs up one and then making them like L-shaped stairs. Well, that came with a problem because that took off some of the plants on the wall. And then when I did actually the inset little thing, I have no idea what that's called in case I haven't made that clear. There was like this really weird gap. Like you can kind of see that right now as I'm doing this, but you know, well, no, you can't because I could put columns there. But there was just this like really weird, like it just didn't look like the walls were like complete and stuff like that. And that was just really kind of annoying. So I had to put columns there. However, they wouldn't go in straight because I don't know why. Oh my goodness, this was a pain, and yeah. But yeah, here I am screwing around with this. You'll see what I've done in a minute. But yeah, I did make the stairs green to go along with that green theme, and I did, you know, there was, oh yeah, that's right, there was an extra square there, so there still was a gap, but I was able to put the columns there and make them actually look decent. And there was also a problem that I had when I was building this, like, I don't know, the one time when I was building this, I could not move the lights in the bathrooms. And I thought, okay, what the heck is going on? So, like, I quit, and then when I came back, like, the next day, I still couldn't, like, move the walls and stuff. And I'm like, okay, what is going on? And I have no idea. Like, the weird thing was is that when the walls were up, I couldn't paint them. But when they were down, I could. It's weird. I had to paint them, like, I had to, like, basically put the walls on walls down just to paint the bathrooms. Which is weird because, you know, the bathrooms are white. There's no really any special color or anything about them. But it's a heck of a lot better than the drywall that is there originally because, oh my goodness, that just looks unfinished and it looks really just kind of stupid. So I really wanted to do, like, basically this, like, bar top seating. However, bar stools do not count as dining chairs. So I had to scrap that idea because, well, I needed dining chairs in order to make this lot function. But I did use the bar stools in the green by the stairs, once again, making green the accent color. And I was able to fit a bunch of, just like regular dining tables there. And I was able to get some like little like coffee tables around the little corner couches there. Although positioning the stools there was kind of a headache in the fact that I was trying to make it all look good. And then when I brought my sim in here, I was trying to play test it and it didn't look good it didn't work good at all is what I was trying to say. And oh my goodness. Like I did try to play test everything. I did tweak some stuff a little bit, especially when it comes to the tables. I had to make one that I originally had as a 4-seater, a 2-seater, just so that Sims could just get around. But other than that, you know, there weren't that many problems. And okay, here's a little fun thing for you. So anyway, I got the green light to get Disney Plus back. And that it was a really good thing because I wanted to watch the first season finale of Big Hero 6, the series. And I couldn't do that on YouTube because Disney kept pulling it down on YouTube, which is understandable, but they didn't pull anything else down, just clips of that episode. So I finally got to watch it, and apparently heavy water is a thing? I'm like, okay, I was a STEM major. I was, you know, in honor science in high school. Usually when they talk about this scientific stuff, I know what they're talking about. But this time they're like, oh yeah, he's planning to turn H2O into D2O. And then somebody says heavy water. And I'm like, wait a minute, what? And then of course the one guy who isn't a student at the school, Fred, says, well, I have no idea what you guys are talking about. And I'm sitting there like, oh my goodness, I'm like, Fred. I'm a STEM grad, I swear, guys. Like, oh my goodness. And it's just, like, heavy water is a thing. I had no idea that was an actual thing until last night. Like, oh my goodness, what the heck is going on? Like, oh wow, I guess you learn something from these shows after all. So you can't say that TV is not educational because, you know, even shows meant for children are educational and stuff like that. Yeah, that was my fun story of the day. And that about wraps it up for this build, guys. So be sure to check out everybody else that participated in this collab. The links to their YouTube channels and all their social medias will be down in the description below, as well as a link to the Sims Streamers and YouTubers Facebook group if you have any interest in checking us out or joining. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this build. If you did, please, by all means, I would really appreciate it if you left a comment and a like. And don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more of this type of thing. But you can also follow me on social media if you want to see behind the scenes, fun facts, stuff like that. Feel free to follow me on Instagram at VisitJoan. And if you want to see my thoughts on all things Sims related, feel free to follow me on Twitter at VisitJoan Videos. But anyway, I'm going to get up out of here. Bye, everybody!